Another installment of Spring with the skipper, Jack McMullen, Marlins manager Clayton McCullough. I'm excited for this one. I was trying to think about the right way to frame this. If breakfast is the most important meal of the day, it feels like cage work is the breakfast for hitters, no?
It's certainly where they spend a lot of their time, Jack, and they do. Pitching has become so much better in the sense that guys, they're throwing so much harder. They're doing all they can to make the ball move in so many different ways. So trying to get their, swing foundationally, in a good place, but then creating a training environment that you hope prepares and replicates as close to what they're going to see in the game as you can, we feel like is important.
Last one for you before we go in. If you had all the bells and whistles that these guys have now, is Clayton McCullough a 10-year big leaguer?
No, because there's still, the person that is wielding this weapon, these guys are a lot more talented and physical than I was. Watching them every night and what they have to face, my appreciation just continues to grow.
We still love you. You ready to go in?
Yes, let's do it.
You've got a whole bunch of different cages here. Obviously, we have 4 cages set up, and we're going to get to the Trajekt. But you have so many guys doing so many different things. Like Owen Casey's sitting here right now with a medicine ball sitting on top of a bucket. Is this player preference? What would you like to see them do?
Great question. So there's stages. They come in here in the morning, and that is, guys will have routines. Maybe some drills that, are either working to kind of get their swing in the right place. And then when they come back here later on in the day, we're trying to put them in a tad more challenging type environment. So we got an arm here with Owen, and he's like kind of a mix, where he's trying to target a certain part of the zone and trying to combine it. Zone discipline is so important. You're only as good as what you swing at. And trying to impact the baseball, but it's also trying to get the ball into a part of the zone that you have the best chance to impact. So you see there's a little breaking ball, fastball, and the distance being closer now does force some decision making, trying again to make this a little bit more game-like than just maybe your traditional, four-seam show BP. Maximo here, 0-0, so there's some count fault here. It's fine. You say this a lot. You'd rather be 0-1 than 0-1. You're ready to hit every pitch, and now the ability to, shut down if it's not, what you're looking for. So you look at Connor. Connor's a very talented hitter. We know that, right? And Connor is working diligently on, maybe something better at what he's firing at. And now we've got some angle work here, and that's great. Great swing right there.
So let me ask you, what's the benefit of having a pitch come in from an angle that, you never see in game?
And a lot of hitting is we're trying to match pitch plane with your bat path, but then also you're trying to match the angle, of the pitch. And it's not always going to be left-handed pitcher coming in hey, just try to stay inside and go to right field. That angle might make it really hard on a righty. This might be where you need to try to think about, being strong with your barrel and just beating it to the spot. So that crochet or someone like that, it's just, you try to go to right field, he just chew you up.
Right.
And he still might chew you up anyway, but your best shot is to try to just, match that angle and get it out in front and pull it. Madison Bumgarner back in his day.
Right.
They're looking back here, they have HitTrax going that gives them their batted ball data. It'll show them zone location, exit velocity, launch angle. So it's trying to be really elite at what we swing at, and then when we swing, being able to impact it in a way that is most optimal.
It's also a relatively new thing. All these guys looking at the iPad really after every batted ball. Are you okay with that? Would you like them to do that after every?
That's a great question. I think it's very easy, somewhat like paralysis by analysis,
yes.
Right? You fall into this feeling I need this perfect swing to go get a hit. And odds are during the season, things are going to be off. You're going to be out of whack, but you still have to have the ability to go compete against the pitcher. You can still go get a knock in a major league game without maybe feeling perfect. So definitely with the advent of technology and video, it's helped. It really has, but it can also be a trap where you're just striving for this perfect outcome every time. And the reality is it's not that easy.
Now, before we get over to the Trajekt machine, can I get a letter grade on your ability to throw batting practice?
Oof, this is going to sound maybe, I throw very good batting practice.
Pump yourself up a little bit. Is it A minus?
It's A plus. I could go throw Group 1 for any major league team.
Are you waiting for a Derby invite? If a Stowers or somebody else ends up in the Derby, I would assume you'd be through.
I need to get my arm in shape for that. I used to just come to spring training, and that was more old school, right? To get my arm in shape during spring training, and it doesn't work that way now. So I'm going to throw a little more than I did last year. I need to start getting it cranked up.
Preventative care, it's important.
Yeah.
Who's the most routine, diligent-based cage worker that you've seen?
Great question. I would say Xavier is a very thoughtful player. He probably takes a little more time than some others. Like, you process like what just happened and now use that. So it's a little more methodical to his work sometimes, and it's great. And then I think Stowers, very diligent. With Kyle, much was written last year about Kyle and closing up the top, and so like that's just part of every day. While he did so much better last year, he knows I need to touch this every day, just to make sure I'm good. If I feel like I'm good here, then I feel like I can cover a lot of the other things. So.
All right, so you have sliced bread, you have probably the automobile, and then is the Trajekt machine the third best invention of the modern era?
It certainly had been, everyone searching for how do you, again, get what they do in practice to look as closely to the game as you can. And I mean, Trajekt right now is probably the closest thing that our industry has. We were fortunate enough last year to get a great investment from ownership to have the ability to have Trajekt in Miami, have a Trajekt here in spring training for the guys. Our group in Jacksonville also has Trajekt, and they can come in day of, and you see you got a picture. This is Miles McMullen, I believe. But you can put anyone up there, right? And now it's going to mimic their pitch shapes, the movement of the pitches, and someone running this and can try to simulate and mimic at bats. And now you go into it with, while not perfect, nothing is. This is at least here's the delivery, here's the arm slot. There's a pretty good feel of how the pitches are going to react and move when they're getting to an at-home plate. You're going into pinch hit, say, Jack. You're going into the game, and we kind of have an idea. They got this lefty down in the bullpen. We kind of know that he's probably going to potentially be coming in for this group of hitters here, and you might go pinch hit for someone. You go in there and cue him up. Get a few looks in. Before you then go potentially take a pinch hit. I mean, he has the ability to cue up a specific pitch, a mix of pitches, how randomized you want it to be to somewhat kind of cater what the individual is trying to get out of a particular session. When you come in here, generally in the cage, you're calibrating yourself and you're feeling yourself by swinging. And then trying to push that. A take is a really good rep. Good job, Ruiz. Going from 1-1 to 2-1 or 1-2 is a massive difference. Right? And how the chances, which side the pendulum starts to swing. So that's how you win, at bat. Just try to win pitches. And being okay at take is a valuable rep.
Another edition of Spring with the Skipper. Close the book. I'm excited for our pitch design next week. That's going to be really fun. Clayton McCullough, appreciate you, man, as always.
Jack, thanks a lot for doing this. Enjoyed it.